it's a nice place to go when it's cold.
But that's
So
it.
yeah, that's it. You know.
I remember. I remember when Butch went to when he
Okay. Now,
went to. Wait a minute.
uh-huh.
Are you still there? Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay. I'm like, what's going on? I got a little.
Hmm.
I think we here. Where I'm at. You still hear me?
I can hear you good,
Okay.
but at one point you had froze up,
Oh.
and you still froze up.
Oh. Hold on.
Hmm.
So, I don't know why it's doing that.
Hmm.
Still there, right?
I'm still here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Trying to bring this other channel into. Okay. You still there? Good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. It's bouncing around here.
Mhm. So
Hello.
I'm here.
We should. Can you hear me, Mr. Cook? Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Uh, I'm at home today. I'm
Hmm.
starting to get. No, no. I got on a light blue shirt with two fish on
Hmm.
t-shirt and a red hat. It
Okay.
should be. Yeah. Yeah. It should be going through.
Now last week I called in, but wasn't nobody there. I I figured that was
Yeah. We
the holiday, huh?
what we started off and then nobody hardly came on. One person said they had to go do something. Then I decided to leave at like halftime, and I went to a meeting.
Okay.
So that kind of changed all of that,
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know. What I'll tell you. Oh, wait, let me trying to get my screens together.
Hold on one second. Let me see what my wife wants. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Uh, Still there, right? There I go. I'm all I don't know where I'm at on there.
Got the latest statement, Steve.
Okay. Pardon? Um, hold on. I'm trying to get back. What's going on, Arnold? Hold on.
Not much.
Hello? Got me? I'm live? Yeah. Arnold and Tiny on. Yeah.
Hey, Tiny.
Well, yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Good.
Hey, Tiny.
Just trying to get back to.
Next Sunday, 4 o'clock, Steve.
I don't know where we at, y'all.
Okay.
Right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Now, what happened? I got a little thrown up. But good to see you guys. Tiny. I don't know.
Hey, Arnold, how's it going?
Hey, next
Look.
Sunday, 4 o'clock, starting up the coalition again.
Okay.
Pass the word.
Okay.
As in person at Steve's place.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Congressman and a few other people will be there.
Okay. Right. Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Speedy.
Steve, did Jackie send you the copy of the latest statement?
No. No.
All right, I'll ask him.
It's all good. So you invite a lot of people, Arnold?
Well, I'm gonna start calling. I didn't want to mess up their weekends when it, another week. So I'm start calling tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, because
throughout
that
the week.
is the holiday on Monday, right? Monday is the holiday.
Next Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you said, next Monday, not this Monday, not tomorrow.
Yeah, not tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Right. Next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold up. Oh, that's early. That we got 2 more weeks, ain't it?
Pretty much.
For Memorial Day. Oh, that's 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Next Sunday is the 24th. Then that's the 25th. Is it early this year on the 25th? Memorial Day?
I think it is because I passed by a couple of schools and they were saying school would be out on May 25th.
Oh, that's right, because ain't no 5th Monday in May.
Right.
Okay.
It's all seems like time flies, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It do.
We're getting younger.
Yeah.
Heidi was just saying he'd been in California. I remember back in 2015, he spent a couple months out there with his daughter. And then I know Howard Saffo. He's out there. He's been out there for the last 9 months or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. I mean, the sun looks better, but in the summertime, it's just too hot for me.
Yeah. Like right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that warm.
No, it's not. Mm-mm.
The atmosphere is steady warming up each week, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
But we've been getting some good rain, so that's a balancing act. So I'm appreciative of that.
It's the hottest day, right?
I think yesterday was hot too.
Yeah, it was hot. We got the breeze though now, you know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to few more people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but other than that, nothing else been happening, huh?
No, but let me say this. You know, I was thinking, Steve, we ought to go to Willie Wilson and tell him we could teach him how to win. Not me, but you. You know, cause door to door is what do it. Not just giving money for gas or food. I think if he knocked on some doors, I think he could win or have a good chance.
For what rate?
Huh?
For what seat?
He running for the mayor.
Yeah, I heard he's gonna run for mayor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking at what his margins were before.
Mm-hmm.
What would
Right.
anybody call?
He's just gonna ensure a runoff, if nothing else. Question is, who's gonna be in the runoff?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, he got it in him. It never hurt.
Well,
They hit
well,
them doors.
well, he's gonna get some black vote, that's for sure.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to wonder. I'm trying to figure out what was his numbers before.
He came fourth place last time,
Mm-hmm.
but it was only about 3,000 votes, I think, separated
See,
him and Maury and
there's several schools of thought with, especially, let's just start with black community with Willie Wilson. One is he's a great guy, great entrepreneur, nice rich guy, church guy. That's the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Other group of us will say, well, I don't like him because he doesn't speak well.
Right.
You know,
That's the main complaint everybody said. He's not articulate.
and I didn't, when I first heard that, and I had been in close conference with him, I've been in direct, conversations with them, one-on-one and all of that. And I was like, I understand him. I mean, he obviously knows how to communicate well enough to get the point across to work in the business realm or field and been successful at it. But I don't know what that whole thought pattern is behind his speech, dwelling on that. And then the third thing is people probably I've heard say he's a Republican, and they ain't digging that.
Right.
So depending on where you come from, our community, it could be detrimental. But when you run here, nonpartisan anyway. So,
Well, I think knocking on doors is what to do it. I don't. He's going to do what he's always done. Buy people gas and buy them the food, but that don't work. I think knocking on doors is what he got to do. And if he knocked on doors and just went to the seniors, I think they'll help him. Now I'm getting feedback.
yeah, I noticed that. I'm trying to figure out why.
Mm-hmm.
but somebody like you hearing another conversation, Tiny.
Say again, Arnold.
Sound like you hearing another conversation.
No, I'm just looking at what he's doing. And they say Insanity is when you do the same thing and expect a different result.
Oh, okay.
I hear it on your side, Tiny. Do you hear it from me, Arnold?
I don't hear nothing. I don't hear no you know,
I
no
hear it
interruption.
from Tiny's side.
Yeah. And I heard it. I don't hear it now. Well, I do hear it. It's still I got a little echo from me.
It's something on your side you got on. You got something, or you
Okay.
may be close. I don't know.
Okay. I don't have anything else on. You know, no TV, no radio. Maybe that just means I should close my mouth, huh?
I'm sitting outside on my steps soaking in this nice weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
No, I hear like a sounds like a radio feedback, and not radio, it's from a radio, but it sounds kind of you know distorted in the background when you speak. Do you hear that distortion when I speak?
No, just when I speak.
Yeah, it's something on your side. You know
Okay.
what it is, but it's something. But it's all good. We'll figure it out. But yeah, those are the three, camps I would say. It may be a fourth
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to Mr. Wilson. But I mean, the other side of it is he definitely would have the money to get people to help him campaign door to door. But it
Mm-hmm.
also helps when your candidate's able to be there too.
Yeah. Yeah. He gotta be there too. He gotta go to knock on some doors. And I think if he go to the senior citizens and be seen there, let them know he coming around, I think he'd have a chance. A better chance than he gonna have now.
Yeah, but I think everybody's trying to retool and tool up,
Mm-hmm.
mayoral election. I mean, I think we know Janulius is probably going to run. Brandon's definitely going to run.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Mendoza might be running.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as you just said, Mr. Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson. And there might be a whole slew of others.
Yeah. The more who run, the better chance he got.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think it's gonna. I don't know, when are the petitions coming out again?
August.
August. First of August.
First week in August, I think.
I don't know what is this I'm hearing about June. I'm hearing something about June.
Uh-huh.
I said I'm hearing something about June.
Well, I'll have to call down there and get one of them election manuals. They'll tell me everything. How many signatures they'll need for whatever office, what ward, and
Right.
and when the first day and last day to file and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So starting up the meetings will be timely.
Right.
Information purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I know Alderman Nitz announced she's running for re-election last week, I think.
Mm-hmm. Now, is she still over zoning?
No, I don't think she has zoning. That was gave to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I was going to say there are a lot of things going on, guys. I mean, we look at the economy. We look at this supposed war. This whole meeting that President had in China, and I think people really need to be aware that we're about to go into some really rough times.
This is it. This is Armageddon. This is the white man got to pay for what he did to us. And we couldn't destroy America like Trump is doing. Trump is doing a great job.
So he's doing a great job of keeping it screwed up, huh?
Yep, keeping screwed up. And you know, they say that China, they done built a railroad running from Iran to them.
Oh
So
yeah,
they ain't even got to use the Straits of Hormuz or nothing like that. They
right.
can get their oil anyway. And they say that the negotiations don't include no armament, ain't no nuclear weapon. That's off the table.
Yeah. I mean, there's been so much deflection and jumping off track. You know, the
Mhm.
media isn't the media anymore. You know, it's
Mhm.
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The way things are going.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Mr. Goins, how you? We are good. We on the show right now. You on the Zoom. If you want to come on, we got Tiny on. Um, no, we all good. That wasn't that. That was for bingo. I think. Yeah. She's all good. We're gonna be starting bingo right after this month on Mondays. I'll get everybody today. Yeah. Okay. Right. No. I'm on the phone with you. I know. I know. I'm gonna touch back with you. Plus, I want to talk to you about the guy that got killed over there on Potomac the morning. And I see y'all got the new alley now, huh? They got the new alley in. Okay, we'll talk. All right, peace. That was Mr. Goins. He man, they had a guy got killed right near them on Potomac in the 5800 block on the 15th, like 1 in the morning. Somebody shot him in the head. Kind of known guy in the neighborhood. Just walked the neighborhood. And, I don't know. Police told me today. I think I know him. I've seen him before.
Hey, Steve, did they just have that block club thing at 15th District? Was it yesterday?
Um, they had something over there. I thought it was something with Chris had, but I'm not sure. I didn't go to that. I've been
Okay, because when I saw the flyer, it was like a half flyer. And then I couldn't see the date or nothing. I saw where, you know, he was one of the sponsors or supporters with Black Men United, Zerlina.
Oh, yeah,
And they were put out by Velda, I think. I need to talk to Velda.
yeah. That's some kind of campaign they doing. You know,
Yeah, I'm sure.
it is what it is. You know, they trying to get in front and out, in front and out. But there's so much going on. Like I said, people need to be looking at their next moves because with the economy and the situation at hand, don't look like it's gonna get real smooth soon.
Nope, it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
And and when I drive around, I see a lot of businesses going out of business for rent, for sale. You know.
Yeah, people try to liquidate because they know that it's getting ready to hit hard. People are really trying to liquidate, you know.
Mhm.
But this one economist guy, he was saying that he's putting all his assets into cash,
Hey.
40%
Mm-hmm.
on all his other, markets, diversified, his portfolio, cut back,
Mm-hmm.
and he got rid of his real estate. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. A guy was telling me about getting gold. I said, it ain't about gold, it's about food.
Right.
You know?
But gold can get the food now.
Huh?
That one thing that got gold, it can get you some food. Because gold is
Maybe.
traded all over the world.
Yeah, all over the world, especially like China and the BRIC nations.
Exactly, because that's how they switch the dollar to gold.
Mm-hmm.
And just in the oil markets. All of
Mm-hmm.
it's getting ready to get real funky bumpy, man. But I'm just a little curious because of if we look at the markets, the stock market over the last since 2000, it's been so volatile. There's been since in the last 25 years. There's been so many drops in the market and pick up and drop and pick up and all of that. And some people say that's just how the market rolls. That's the stability of it. I'm like, it didn't used to be like that. In the 90s, it was like that. The 80s,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've had crashes like crazy. Yeah, do they checks and balance, kick back in, they come back. But I mean, if you gain, and you lose,
Mm-hmm.
when do you really gain? It starts to look like a treadmill. Every step you take forward, you get back, but you take another step forward. What's happening is you burning off calories.
Yeah.
That's the goal, to burn off calories. Then I guess you same thing with stock. The goal is to never get beyond a certain point. Then there are other ways to do that, but I guess people feel it's safer. I'm just not sure how it is over the term. I've never seen it like 25 years. And we've had a lot of catastrophic things happen in the last 25 years. Think about it. It started off with Y2K.
Yeah.
Then the next year it was the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
And then what? I don't know. Nothing happened in 04, 05 that I can remember. But then 08 markets crashed for the real estate, and they crashed.
And they bailed the banks out, but
Yeah,
didn't help the people.
right.
Let's say bail the banks out, huh?
Right.
Banks in the auto industry,
Mm-hmm.
and look at cars. Cars are reaching $100,000 on the regular.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody had told me a car would cost close to $100,000, a regular car, I would be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I thought when I bought my first new car, I thought it was astronomical. I'm like, $14,000. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is much. And then because in the '70s you can get a brand new car for $5,000.
Right. You get a Cadillac for 7,000.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, you get brand new cars across the board, 2, 3, 4,000, brand new.
Right.
Wages weren't that high, but as shoot, wages weren't that high when I bought mine. Wages were still like, I want to say $3.75.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it
Yeah.
went $4 by 86.
Mm-hmm.
But I still spent 14 grand on a car. I think I paid 14, 12 or something with down payment. But you know, and I'm thinking, wow, we in the double digits on cars. Why are we spending double digits, you know, on cars? But here we are. We've gone from markets of from 5 to 10,000 to 30 to 50. They spent 50, 60,000 on a truck.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm talking about
hey, hey, Steve.
yes, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, so when you talk about like the economy and everything, why you don't look at the people? Like you got to blame the people. You know, you like I know y'all, big on, blaming the banks and all that, but you got to think the only reason this stuff go up like this is because the people are buying these things that's making these companies that it's the like it's not the government that owns certain businesses. It's companies which are ran by single owners that's pushing this. Like people, we say the economy bad, but yet e- every day you see people getting hella Amazon packages. You see
Right.
people, like I got a bunch of young boys at my job, and they car notes are $1,200 and $1,300 a month because they are driving $80,000 cars just because they got V6 engines and V8 engines. It's like, but we're blaming, the companies, or not even the companies, but like the government, when it's like these things are being allowed because the people are the ones that's doing it. Like we all know groceries is super high and things like that, but still, instead of buying groceries, most people are doing DoorDash. They're eating
Yeah.
out most of the time. You're still going to Chipotle. Like every restaurant you go to, you still see long lines at McDonald's, long lines at Popeyes. Like, so it's like, at what point do we look at the people and say, they charging us because they know no matter how they go on these things, we're still gonna spend the money on it.
Well,
Well,
a lot of people don't know how to cook. You know?
So
Most
so
of the time
then
they don't know how to
so
cook. Huh?
Right.
so then if you don't know how to cook, then if I own my own business, am I wrong for 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 making you pay more for your convenience because you don't want to take the time out and learn how to cook?
Yeah. Uh,
So I'm saying, am I wrong for that if I own my
no,
own business?
no, no. I don't think we were too. I don't think we were blaming business for or for what's going on. We and I mean,
No, I'm saying it sounded like I was blaming government for it.
well,
And I'm
if I can say this, in
mhm.
1971, we were in the same thing. We had a lot of inflation.
mm-hmm.
Richard Nixon said, if anybody raised any prices or you know, charge more for something, I'm gonna lock them up. And inflation went away. So the government can do something about it because the people who are making the money, they also paying the wages. So so they control it.
I think we have to look at all of it because it goes hand in hand. Much of it now it sounds like my phone is doing. I mean,
Yeah.
my thing is doing. But let me check something. Is that better? Is it still doing it now? No,
A little bit.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. But
What's up, buddy?
what I was saying is that we have to look at all the things. The government sets the interest rates. The government also puts embargoes, tariffs on people, and then that affects what we end up spending for our products.
Wait, but the government don't set the interest rates. The Fed set the interest rates. The government ain't got nothing to do with the interest rates. That's why Trump wanted to get Jerome Powell out
But,
of there,
but who
because he don't want to lower the Jerome Powell. Then he want to lower. Trump wanted to lower the rates, which, in a sense, if you lower the rates, that make like things like homes more affordable for people and things like that. But Jerome Powell was telling him, if we lower the rates, then you run the risk of a hyperinflation where, like, yeah, it might be stable for a little bit, but then it's just gonna run crazy. So that's why he tried to get Jerome Powell out of there.
So let me ask you. So the Federal Reserve is a private entity.
Yep.
And they have no influence from what Congress or the president or the executive branch says.
Well, everybody got influence in these things, but I don't think. I mean, I believe that the government don't necessarily control the feds. But again, I could be wrong. I don't think nobody knows how any of it works on a bigger global level. Like, the way I pay attention to things is, I think every summer gas goes up.
Yeah.
Every winter gas goes down, because I look at, like you was talking about the markets. Well, the way the markets is placed is in the winter time, or at least the fourth quarter of the year, all the stocks start going down because people stop spending money because they're saving to buy gifts and things like that. And the government or whoever is in control of, like, oil prices and stuff, they drop it down so that in the wintertime people can feel like they get relief at the pump, so they can spend more money on gifts, which keeps the economy moving along.
Yeah, but also, the oil refineries and businesses, every year they say, oh, one of our refineries caught fire. Oh, one of our refineries this. Oh, they production is down. Because it's like, come on now.
Right. It's a game.
Yeah, of course they playing the game. And that's what I'm saying, even with well, if we go back to the history of the Federal Reserve, it came out of the what's that big family? They say they're in the Illuminati.
The Rothschilds?
Yeah, exactly. Rothschilds out of England, right? And then some group out of Germany and some others, they decided, along with the U.S. government, to create this banking institution,
Mm-hmm.
and they were supposed to control the flow and the rates of everything. So, so that being said, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It isn't part of the federal government as we think it is, but they have a big influence.
They got an influence for sure.
And part of what's going on with this oil, because everybody knows that the U.S. dollar is backed by oil. In order to get on the market, from other places and countries, they got to buy bonds, get the U.S. dollar to get the, it's all a way to keep our money on top. The only crazy part about that is other people are starting to dibble and dabble in that market, i.e., for example, Russia, China, and what's the thing? BRICS.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to create that, along with, finding other ways to get their oil without paying through the dollar, which it's going to throw us off tremendously. But back to the whole deal with the interest rates, I was almost sure that over the last 20 years or more, I've seen presidents talk to the Federal Reserve about, because you always hear on the news, oh, the Feds dropped their rates. And it would always be right around the time when either president or Congress had a meeting with somebody or something. Not to say with them, but it seemed like it was always around that time.
Well, you know, the Fed's job is to balance the economy to make sure we don't go too high or too low, which is the reason why they raised the rates, where they raised the interest rates, because when they had the influx of money, like this whole thing that we going through right now is because of the PPP loans and the money that Trump gave as a bailout for the COVID, because and that's why I'm like, on the flip side, if he don't give out the money for COVID, I think the economy, yeah, it might have stabilized, but a lot of people would have been affected by that. And I think, like, you can't hide the stock market stop going. And the reason why you can't do that is because realistically, the people who has the money are the one who employ people, give them jobs and things like that. That's why it's a big deal on them talking about making minimum wage $25 an hour. Because if you do that, all the mom and pop places they're gonna close. They're not gonna have a choice but to close, because they can't pay people $25 an hour and gotta deal with what they gotta deal with the tariffs and stuff, where the stuff that they got coming in is gonna be taxed at a higher rate. So you're gonna start losing a lot of mom and pop places. Well, you already started, but you're gonna lose even more. I see, I don't know if that was Tiny who was saying that, but a lot of places I have been starting to close their doors because they can't afford to keep up with the tariffs, and they can't afford to keep in business. Then they changing the minimum wage now. It's like it's too much for a small business owner to try to make ends meet and try to provide and stuff. And then that's when the AI is going to become prevalent, because it's going to be like, well, instead of having people that's going to be here to take orders and things, we'll just use a kiosk, and that's going to take jobs away from people. That's why people who graduate in college right now, they can't find no jobs. You just had all them people lost their jobs with Spirit Airline. Now you got 20,000 some people in the job market right now. Housing rates is crazy. But again, it all started with COVID. So there was no, and even when Obama was in office, he the one who bailed out the banks. So when you say, well, the president didn't bail out the people, Obama was in there. He didn't get nobody no stimulus checks and things like that. They bailed out the car industry and they bailed out the banks, because those are the things that keep the economy moving. And again, whoever can afford $1,000 car notes, they doing it. Like, even that industry is running behind when there's a lot of people getting their cars taken because of that too. So it's just like, like you said, man, it's definitely getting way worse before it's gonna get better. But if you're paying attention to the economy, you understand that when they just print money, that it at some point it's gonna come and spin on his head. Like, we might be in this for the next 3 to 5 years. Probably when Trump get out of office, whatever he planning on doing now, it won't affect us until he's out, or it probably affect our children. But yeah,
Yeah.
right now we gonna suffer for sure, 100%.
Yeah, it's a serious spiral that we on, and this whole game with this war. Nobody's talking about all the money spent on that,
Oh, for sure,
and how
for
you go.
sure.
You know, I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is. We got this much money in reserves. We're not a manufacturing entity anymore. How long would it take us to get back on track if we got to get back to manufacturing things? We ain't gonna be able to do it overnight.
So do you think investing is wise? Because see, I'm an investor. I consider myself an investor. I buy when the dips come, a dollar cost average. One thing, like, I didn't know much about, and I think that's was like us as a people. And I was telling my brother and them about this. I'm like, man, we got group chats and things, but I'm like, most of the times in our group chats, the discussion is mostly based upon what we're going to be buying, what we're doing, where we're going on vacation. And so, like, in our group chat, I'm like I'm probably the only one who actually be, talking about my portfolio, like, yo, I'm investing in this, or I'm doing this, and showing my portfolio, because I like in my portfolio, because I every year I go over my portfolio and I do it over. So last year I recalibrated my portfolio, and since last year I'm up 136% on a couple stocks. I think overall my portfolio was up like 55%
Yeah,
in just a year. You
I'm
know what
not.
I'm saying?
I'm not going to tell anybody not to invest. I'm
Yeah,
going to invest carefully now.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you
The
ride.
reason why I brought
You're going to ride. It's going to be dips and peaks.
you're right.
I've just never seen it like this. Like it's been in the last 25 years.
Yeah, but you ain't never seen COVID either.
No,
You seen the World Trade Center, you
right,
seen the housing market crash.
right.
What else happened in
COVID,
my young lifetime since I've been out of high school? Because the World Trade Center hit when I was in high school.
bubble.
Yeah, dot-com bubble. Um, Shit, we might be at the AI bubble right now. But
We
what I'm
are.
saying is, uh, no one has seen anything like COVID that affected the world economy. It didn't just affect the US economy, it
Right.
affected the world's economy. Like we haven't seen something that just took over the whole world like that. And again, I believe that was a whole plan. It was orchestrated by whoever is the powers to be for that. That's why you got the rich people building bunkers and taking trips out of space to look at the space station. They know what's going on. I said in a couple of years they probably start charging us for clean air. one thing
Yeah.
i noticed One thing I noticed is that every time it rain now my car be filthy. I'm like,
Right.
hey, what's this? Why my car filthy? But obviously it's dirty rain. So it's
Yes.
like at
Right.
some point the air ain't gonna be good enough to breathe. We walking around, we're gonna have to pay for good air. They're gonna say, all right, now we get y'all a nice little bubble. You just gonna have to pay for the good air.
You gotta get tanks, huh? No,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you about the stock market. And then Mr. Glover wanted to say something. But they said that since Trump went over to China with all the tech bureaus, and they said something, some agreement or something. One person made $120 million on the market within 20 minutes just because of that. And they said they want to know who that person is and how did he get the info. Hold on, Mr. Glover want to say something. Hold on. Here you go. Go ahead, Mr. Glover.
How can we just sit here? How can we just sit here and say all the things that are happening in this country are the right direction to Donald Trump? Interest rates, and matter of fact, Powell is not in no more. Trump's got his guy in, the head of the what's his name? Trump's got his new guy in, but he won't be able to. We just sit here and say all the things that are happening in this country.
Go ahead, Mr. Glover.
And even though when interest rates, I want to say this, when interest,
you're gonna have to lower the volume on your thing because we hear the background.
He won't be able to change anything because this war, the prices are all up, and you have 12 people to give their votes on that. It's not no one person. And even on the new board, Powell will be a member.
Really?
Okay, Powell, even though he won't be the chair, he will still be a member.
Right.
And it's 12 votes to change the interest rate. But what we have to understand, you all, Trump doesn't care what happens. Trump is just stealing. He wants his family to be the richest family in the world.
He did.
When he went over to China, he took all of those business people with him. He didn't go over there to negotiate or maybe beg them to open up the straits, which they ain't going to do. Trump is weak, but he's just killing us here. Ground beef is at $7.99 a pound. Yeah. And he is just wrecking. He is just wrecking this country. Before he got in office, you were not in the situation that you are in now. And no way, no matter which way you slice it, it's all Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Pay for that gas, for that $6 and something a gallon, you're gonna think of Donald Trump. When you go to that grocery store, you're gonna think of Donald Trump. And he is just, and the sad thing about it, Trump is not doing this by himself. You know, the Supreme Court is in with him. You know, he's just a figurehead for them. Another thing we got to look and see, look what they've done in the South, in the redistricting. When they redistrict Republicans, oh, it's okay. When we try to do it in Virginia, oh, no, you all can't do it. They're just stripping us in the South. And everybody keeps talking about, come on, people, wake up. It's right in front of you. It's serious.
Oh, yeah.
It's serious. Our people right now are fighting in the South, and our only recourse with this stuff is get the vote out. So I don't want to hear this stuff about this and that. It's Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
And it's happening right in front of us. And you know what? He is weak. When you saw this summit every day, the dude is weak. He's a joke to everybody else. And he goes to sleep in meetings. He tweets this crazy shit at 1:15 in the morning. Come on, people. This is a serious situation. All this stuff about the government this, the government that. It's Donald Trump and his group of people. The millionaires.
Yeah.
Like Paul said earlier, we got some serious problems in this country.
Oh, yeah.
And when you think about it, the 1965 voting rights thing, the Supreme Court just almost stripped that. These people in the South right now are battling. You won't have any representation. You know, they had rallies over the weekend, and you know, sometimes you talk to black people, they act like this even happened.
Huh.
And the only way we're gonna change is we have to get the vote out all over there. And all the black people that didn't vote to put Trump back in, well, I think you better start voting now.
They got to come out.
So this is serious. Oh, yeah, I don't know what everybody's watching. I really don't know.
No, I think there's a little shock. I think there's a little laziness. It's like, you know what?
And this is not a joke, man. And the thing, they are so blatant. They do it right in front of you.
Right.
And for you to think the 1965 vote night thing, the Dr. King, John Lewis, and all the other people that fought for us to get, they're stripping it. You look at any black person in high position, the black guy at the Pentagon, Trump got rid of him. Black lady was running the library or whatever, got rid of him. All right, people, wake up.
Wake up. What did they say? It was like 600,000 black women were let go.
Yes, sir.
Half a million.
And then I want to say this too. All of you brothers out there that got a problem with your sisters, because when you're any kind of real man, you're not intimidated by a woman. Now, this movement to save us is being started right now by black women.
Yeah.
Okay? So all of this stuff about, I don't want no woman to be president and all this and all that, where you got Trump.
Yeah.
And if you know your history, the black woman has always led for where we at, or either helped in an enormous way. Know your history.
Right.
Follow your history. Yeah, but all of them because they didn't want a black woman to be president. And look where we in.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. I can tell you that, Mr. Glover.
So I don't want to hear this stuff about Trump. Trump is no earthly good, but his day will come. Because one thing about life, righteousness will always prevail. A lot of people are going to get hurt, but he's going to pay. He's going to pay. All right, that's all I got to say. So I don't want to hear this stuff about
All right, Mr. Glover. Well, you know, he brought up a bunch of good points. The world economy. Oh yeah, Trump did say that. He's like, I don't care about no. He's literally said that. I don't care about the economy. I'm like, huh? He's the first 19th, 20th century, 21st century president I've ever heard say he didn't care about how capitalism works.
I mean, capitalism works, but let me ask you a question. Does capitalism have a color?
Green.
Because my thing is this. That's cool. I don't know that guy. But we can get on and we can make all this big fuss about what Donald Trump is doing. But again, the problem is, to me, when we're never in a position to actually take advantage of things when they come around. So if Black people, if we all just say, you know what, let's get in agreement and hold our dollars. Let's hold our now, whether you want to, because I think Tiny had he was talking about the investment thing that he's a part of, different things like that. What if everybody just said, let's hold our dollars and put them to the side for these next 4 to 5 years while we have Trump in office messing everything up? Let's go home, learn how to cook. If we got to eat beans and potatoes like they used to do during the Great Recession, yeah, ground beef $6.99 a pound. But let's train our body so we only eat 1 meal a day, stop having high diabetes, stop having high cholesterol. Let's go for walks. Let's do the things to strengthen our bodies and our minds and our wallets. I think we would be in a better place than just sitting back talking about all the issues that Donald Trump is causing with the American people. Because regardless, we all live in America, but America was never for Black people anyway, but we're the main contributors to making America run. With our dollars, I'm saying, with our dollars.
Like you said.
I think y'all was saying on a couple shows back how the dollar don't last in our hand for too long. I mean, again, if you look at it, I'm just saying we see this stuff, we see what's going on, but we're the ones who's constantly generating this stuff. We're keeping a lot of these businesses open. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying, but we blame it. You could say, again, we can blame Trump, but that still don't got nothing to do with our finances being in our pocket. Even if we not making enough money, we can still go get our house together and put the money to the side and be ready if the market crash or whatever happened, where maybe stuff do become available on the market and we could purchase it. Like I said, I'm in the process of buying looking for a home to buy right now. I was approved for a home loan, but as I'm looking for homes, I'm seeing I'm losing out to homes because people are coming with cash offers. So that's making me look at it like, damn, you know what? I might have to go sit down for a couple years and build up reserves and be able to come with a cash offer in order to get a home as opposed to doing a loan. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's just certain things we got to look at as African Americans. And, whether it's our women leading the charge or not, we still, as men, got to still be providers and be able to look up and say, you know what, let me make sure I'm taking care of things for the next couple of years. I look at us when we go on prom. A couple people just went on prom this year that I know. Us as Black people, man, we be going to buy $1,400 sneakers, $3,000 outfits. We be renting out Bentleys and BMWs costing $1,000 for one night. You might spend a total of $3,000 for prom. And then I always be looking, I said, but you ain't got no money put to the side for that person once they get out of high school and they got to go find their way in the world. but you done spent $3,000 on one night. They might not even did good in school, but you spent $3,000 on one night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got to get away from those type of things, you know. But that's not what we talk about. We always focusing on what the issue is instead of trying to say, okay, this is a solution. Me personally, my solution would be save your money, work hard, cook at home, go to the gym, get your cholesterol down, get all the stuff down that you need to get down, get physically in shape. So when the world do collapse or go crazy, then you'll be in fit shape to be able to make a move or have something to do. Otherwise, you know, what else can we do? We know the world is ran by you know, the economics of it all. We know that capitalism runs the world. That's why he say he don't care about it. Me personally, I like the fact that the president, at least he tell you who he is. You know, he ain't lying to you. He gonna look you in your face and tell you that this is what I'm gonna do. He said he got on the you know, with his tweets. He told everybody. He said now it would be a great time to invest. He said that, and when he said it, when people jump in the market, then they say, "Oh well, how did somebody make X amount of dollars?" But the man is tweeting to the world to invest. But everybody look at it as smoke and mirrors, and they're like, "I'm not listening to Trump," because they get emotional when it comes to him. But we already know when it comes to money don't have no emotions behind it, and you can't be tied to the money anyway. Because, like you said, Steve, the stock market could go up, down, left, right. You just don't never know when is a good time to get in. You just got to be educated.
Yeah, you do. You got to be ready.
That's it.
But you got to have the money.
I don't even think you got to have the money, Steve. Man, listen, I've been investing. I was making like $13 an hour. I was investing just $5 a week. Sometimes it's not about having the money. It's about just getting started, because everybody in this world gonna get down. So even when you don't have the money, the idea behind it is, let me put this little money I do have in here. So once I start getting my way up to big money, now I done built up the muscle to be able to do it. I used to invest $5 a week, which was $20 a month. Now I invest $60 a day, and I do $350 a week that I invest. So I'm just saying, it's like the mentality is, once you build up the muscle, it becomes less and less of a issue when you do get more money. We everybody got peaks and valleys in life. You're not gonna always stay down, but if you don't never build the muscle, you won't be strong enough when it comes time for it anyway. So it's like, no, don't wait till you got enough money. Just start where you at. Just like going to the gym. Don't wait till man next week I'm gonna go once I lose about 10 more pounds. No, just go and start building the muscle, because once it become a habit, it become easier over time.
Of course, but it has a lot to do with, like you said, the mentality, but it has a lot to do with the economics. When some people are just barely making ends meet, you tell them to take $5, you know, yeah, unless they're doing something goofy with it, you know, they can't even do that. They say the stock market is directly aligned with the job market. You know, people doing good, making money, they're going to invest in the market. They literally have seen how that's kind of played out. You know, Am I not right?
You're right.
But
compound interest. We have to get into compound interest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, and then they say that luxury cars are not for rich people. They're for people who want to appear rich.
You're
Most
right.
of the people with these expensive cars are leasing them, or or got a note on it, just so they look like they got some money.
And you know who be doing it? Us, our
Rich,
people.
Yeah,
driving BMWs, driving Lexuses,
right.
driving all type of foreigns, and you can't even get them repaired.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, and that's why it keep being the way it is because we want to appear a certain way, which I understand. We want to appear a certain way. It's just like no, that's just not the way to get it done. The way to
Yeah.
get it done, put your money to the side. Yes, everything is super high right now. All you could do is put it to the side. That's all you can do. And if you can't invest, like you was talking about with the cash, if you can't invest, just put the cash to the side then.
Mhm.
Right. Right. See, we used to have susus where 10 people get together and put in so much, and then every month somebody take down. You know, we
What you call it, Tiny?
susu.
The Susu, yep,
Right. So
yep.
that's what we used to do.
That's what
And
they
see,
do in Africa. That started in Africa, didn't it?
oh yeah, all of the Caribbean and African countries, that's what the people do. That's what
Yep,
you got to do.
yep. And that's that. And to me, a susu is community building. But again, we don't have that because we don't have that community aspect of it. Because even if you put the money in, everybody going, you know what? It's time for me to take my money out. We got to a certain amount, and they might not even have a reason for it. And I think even now, when we keep on talking about all these houses getting built up with cash, I think it's a lot of the Hispanics that's shacking up with each other,
Yeah.
building these businesses, selling their corn on the side, and they taking their money and they saying, all right, in about 3 to 5 years, we're gonna go buy a house, and they buying it out in cash.
Right. You're right.
And I think that's what's going on right now. Us, like I said, we focusing so much on the outside instead of the inside. It's like, what do we do to change our circumstances? Because we know we're going to be the ones that's going to be affected the most. Like you said, over 600 Black women was let go from their positions. Well, imagine if those 600 Black women cared more about building equity into whatever they had going on. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure more than half of them spend a lot of money on hair wigs.
Yeah.
And I ain't saying nothing negative against hair wigs. I actually like them. I buy my girlfriend hair wigs, but I be sitting there like, why do you gotta have a $300 hairpiece? I don't
Okay.
get it. I don't get it. Just do your hair, but I ain't no female, and that's one of the things they feel like they need to beautify themselves. And but it is what it is. But I'm saying, why not take the 300 and put it into a index fund or something? But that's not the first thought process. So
I think it's a lot to do with knowledge, and then like you said, building that muscle memory with training your brain to think like that. You know, I mean, like for me, I remember my son. Man, it's probably been almost 10 years. He started talking to me about bitcoins. I was like, "What?"
mhm.
And he's like, "Yeah, Dad, I put a lot of money into this." I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "What the heck are you doing?" And he was like, I mean, he's talking like thousands, And I'm
Yeah,
like, "What are you doing? Why would you do that?" And I didn't know. I mean, I just didn't have a clue at the time.
Hmm.
I just didn't. I was like, man, why would you waste your money to? You might as well just throw it on the internet and said, "Here, take it." Because I just didn't understand the validity behind it. But you have to get your mind trained and understand and educate. So you'll know
you got
what's
you
right
got
and wrong.
see the future. You got to be like that's the thing. We looking at everything that's mostly how I focus. We talk about the present, but the future is every day. Like literally, the present and the future is every day.
Right.
Every second we spend on here is currently the future and the present. So my thing is like even when we talk about AI, everybody, AI, we all know AI is this really big thing. But most people won't do research on AI. There's so many types of AI. we won't look at jobs into system analyzing or data analysis when it come to AI and things like that. We hear it all the time. It's not just a word no more. Like some of my companies that I invest in is AI, and I get it. We may be on the verge of an AI bubble. A lot of the companies may not be around in the near future, but that's why when it comes to your stocks, you can't marry a stock. I got one stock, an AI stock, an AI company, AMD. I think I put like $1,000 in there. The stock is up over 130 some percent. I'm right now I got like 3,800 in the stock. I said once the stock is on its way to $600, once I make about $4,000 off of that stock, I'm cashing out. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta understanding how the market works and not just saying you gotta be active. You gotta be diligent about your
Right.
finances. You got to look at it for what it is and say, you know what? All right, I got a goal. Once I hit that goal with this stock, I'm out. And then I can go put my money in another stock and allow that stock to accumulate. I got a couple of stocks that's like that. But I also, I think with us, we get educated, but we don't get educated outside of school. So I'm a part of 2 investment groups. I pay the money every year, and it's like small. It's like $120 for one, and like $110 for another investment group that I'm in. But but being a part of the group, I done made well over $6,000-7,000 just being a part of the group and following the structures and everything that they got going on.
But
So it's like,
you remember earlier I said the way the market is now in the last 25 years. I know what that you couldn't do day trading back before 2000. There wasn't much of that.
Yeah.
I think that you had to go through a broker and all of that, and that's kind of what changed the market. I think also.
For sure. You got a lot of young kids who getting into the market too. I think even when I first started investing, I was so unsure because I only had books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Wealthy Banker, The Millionaire Next Door. And as I was reading those books, they was all written by people that was foreign to me. They didn't look like me. I didn't I understood, but as I'm reading this stuff, I'm like, okay, this is boring and this is whatever. So I didn't take to it. But like you said, as we're getting more mature and you got YouTube now, I follow all the black guys that invest, and the stuff that they talking about makes sense to me. They speak in my language. So I just think that also has helped a lot of people who didn't understand finance get into finance and investing too, is because you do have people of color that's now like, okay, this is how you do it, and they break it down in ways you can understand. Like you got one guy, his name is Wall Street Trapper. He the Wall Street Trapper. He talks about the stock market like you on a block selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? So for people who connect with that lingo, it's like, oh, okay. So selling the stock is like selling the ounce to the front or getting, you know what I mean? Like he breaking it down in the turn. So for the average person who don't understand stock, now you got somebody like the Wall Street Trapper who actually breaking down these things. And when he do his YouTube videos, he got a scale, he got baking soda, he got Pyrex. So the average person who looking at this, it make a lot of sense to them.
You got to speak the right terminology. Huh?
There you go. Because I've been like following, like I said, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, but it didn't resonate with me until I actually started following guys that look like me that speak the language I speak, and I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now I understand. So that's helpful too. But you're right. It's a lot of younger people getting into the market, and just learning about how to do it. Like I said, I got my kids investing, and I didn't start investing until I was like well into my like maybe 28. My children 18, 19 are investing. So I just think, younger people are getting in. That helps the market grow as well. The more people get in there and start putting their money in too. So
I mean,
yeah.
it's we got to start younger. It makes a difference. Um, I think Mr. Glover had something to say, but he hung up. But never mind. We'll get back to it. What I was going to say, that, again, there's so many things that we need to dive into. Stock market is definitely one of them. How we looking to prepare for this ride that's coming up, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a bit of a ride, y'all. The way things are looking, government is really not telling us the real deal, what's going on. We're feeling it as we go through the bumps, the knots and bumps of it. And like you said, it was something you said about the housing. I meant to tell you, I checked on those three different places for you, and all of a sudden, like, no, they're not selling. And then the other one, the lady said she wasn't selling. She ain't ready to sell now, but she's gonna do it. And I said, well, you gotta let me know, because I know somebody that's looking.
Well, that's fine. I think ultimately what I'm gonna do, I got about like 30,000 saved up for a house, and I think what I'm gonna do is just keep on building it. Like I'll probably just go rent somewhere else. I've been finding stuff. It seems like the prices on rent is starting to come down a little bit more right now too. So if I could find something between 2,000 and 2,200, like a 3-bed, 2-bath, that's kind of why I'm trying to find. And from there, I can just continue to stack my money and wait next year.
Gotta look over here by me. They're running these new apartments over here.
I've been looking into South Austin. Right on the border of like Oak Park and stuff. They actually got some stuff over there too. So I've definitely been looking over there for sure.
Talking about over here off of Harlem and North Avenue.
Oh, you talking about, you know what? Them joints, if you talking about, like, I looked over there, I seen if you talking about, I think, damn, what's they called? If you talking about the new construction they got over there, man, they want like 3 bands.
Really?
Yeah,
What,
if you talking about the ones they just built, like them nice ones, it's right off of, you said North Avenue. Yeah, I think it's called like Neva. If you talking about over there by Neva.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, they want like 3 bands over there. I've been looking over there. I'm just not trying to pay 3 bands for no apartment unit. Like that's a house,
I
man.
can tell you to consider right down the street. There's a house up for sale. They want like 5 something for it. It was 240 something. Then they remodeled it. Probably put 100 in it. Maybe 150. And then on the same corner, in the next corner going east from there, that was when I was going to let you know, but they ended up, so I found out last week, a Hispanic policewoman bought it. There's a lot of Hispanics starting to move in the neighborhood now.
Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. I just think the Hispanics are sitting back. That's why I said I don't see no problem with me just sitting back, stacking my money, just letting it build up, and I don't got no problem with that. I just ain't trying to,
because I've been here through the roller coaster, through the ride. I mean, I've only seen young white people move in this neighborhood, and they cycle out after about 12, 15, 13 years. They cycle out because they don't want the kids to go to the neighborhood school. They'll move out in Oak Park or somewhere, wherever, out of town or whatever. But now, within the last 2, 3 years, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 Hispanic families move over here. And I've never seen that. I mean, there's only been one family in 40 years or so on the block. Now it's 2 families, maybe. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. we're not
They spending
striking.
500,000 plus 600.
Yeah, I could believe it. Either they probably getting some type of assistance, or they done set back and they done built their money and they say, okay, this is the right time.
They're young. That's the crazy part. I'm like,
So they work for the cartel,
you
then
come up with $600,000 mortgage money.
work for the cartel. But it probably be a lot of them though, you know.
I'm like, even as a single cop, I don't understand how you get a $600,000 mortgage. I'm like, whatever. I get the one family. It's about 15 cars out there now.
That's what I'm saying.
Or trucks.
Or trucks too. Man, you can't even come down Wabansia now. They park all on the street. Nobody parked on Wabansia for 80 years, 90, 100 years, 90 years. Now, last year, you can't drive down there. You can't even, you come to the intersection, you got to wait for the person to come through the intersection so you can go into the other side of the intersection. Because cars are parked, on both sides of the streets. They have to change it to a one-way. That's what they're going to end up doing. But yeah, the prices of these homes and places just crazy. I know another guy. He trying to sell for $575. I'm like, hey, you can get it. And obviously, the mortgages, they're giving out mortgages for that. I mean, I get it. People making 100 something maybe, but single family, a single person, I couldn't even get a $150,000 mortgage on a single income when I was buying. So I'm like, and I had decent income.
Yeah, they like I said, they gave me $275 on a single income. So
Right.
I guess it's possible. Again, they might be trying to get people into a house.
Well, okay, so $275. That means that you got to buy a $500,000 property. That means you got to come up with 200 something thousand down. Then they'll finance you on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They might, and realistically, my car, we was talking about, black people having luxury cars. Like I had bought my car because I was trying to do the Turo. I was trying to do Turo, which is the like to rent the vehicle out. I just didn't understand everything that went into it. So it's like a regret, but it's not, because instead of having a car note, I just went and paid the car off. But
Right.
if I hadn't purchased that vehicle, I definitely would have it just me working at my job for like 2 years. I would have had about 80 grand right now. So that's what I'm saying. It's not out of the realm of possibility for a person who actually put their money to the side. Like I said, I don't really got no bad habits. I don't really be out just buying crazy stuff. And so, you really ain't if you diligent about your money, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe it's possible. If you're making about 100,000 and every year you're spending, let's say 30,000, and your take home is 60 to 70,000, and you're putting up 40,000 a year, 2 to 3 years, you got 120, 150. You could get a $600,000 house.
That's a hard number to hit. If you made 100 grand, I think it's hard. Look what you just said that rent is running. Rent's running what, 36,000, 40,000 a year. That's just your rent without your utilities. Throw in another 10, 20% of that for utilities, So you're looking at 45,000 just on utilities and rent. You make 100. You talk about car notes being over 1,000, say 1,500 on a car note. That don't include your insurance, which is a month. Another probably 500 a month.
Right. But that's why I'm saying it's the fact that the matter is first of all, every situation it gets different year upon year. So they might have been sitting back for 3 to 4 years prior and saying, when the time comes, I'm gonna be ready. I'm building up I be on Reddit and all these different forums, and I'm seeing people that's like, yo, I'm 20, 25, 26. I got X amount of dollars in my savings. I got X amount of dollars in my investments. I'm trying to buy a house. What should I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just talking to I took a Uber the other day, and the lady was talking to me. She said her son is 22 and he just bought his first house. I said, damn, 22? Like, but it's possible.
It's possible, no doubt. But I'm guaranteed you she helped him.
I don't know. It didn't sound like it. It was a white lady, and she said she had 8 kids. She said she had 8 kids, and he was the youngest of the 8. Well, she was sharing all the business, so I'm pretty sure she would have said, "Well, yeah, we helped him." She said he moved out to like Cary, Illinois, though.
Yeah, Cary is probably really cheap.
Probably cheap, yeah, on the real. That's what I'm saying.
But even then, he had to come up with some credit. He must have had good credit since he was 15.
I mean, it's possible. My credit was good, so I've been helping build my kids' credit. So my son's 17 right now. His credit score like 765. Wow. So I mean, if you put your kids in the right position, it's possible for sure. And so my son graduate this year, and I've been telling my son, once he graduate and at the end of this month, he could come work with me. Once he come work with me, my son will start making about $3,000 to $4,000 a month on some good months. If he ain't got no bills, my son better be putting $3,000 away every month. So at the end of the year or 10 months or whatever, he should, man, my son should be good, because I'm gonna teach him the habits of getting there. So yeah, hopefully he has stuff together, but he's still, he's young, so he gonna want to buy whatever flashy stuff he can buy. But yeah, I believe you give your kids the leg up and the understandings, they should be good.
Right. I hear you. But we still gotta look at what's at hand, y'all. I mean, look at first of all, we talked a little bit about the politics of Chicago and how that's getting ready to hit the fan. Well, Arnold's still there, but we got mayoral election, automatic elections coming up, and we definitely need to start focusing in on who we want to see as the candidates and the people in those seats. Because if we keep doing what we're doing, we're gonna keep getting what we got, and if we're good with what we got, let's rock. Yeah, I don't know. What's your thoughts? Anybody?
Well, let me say this. I've been dealing with it, AI, and 60 days ago, I put in $1,000. Now I got $4,000. And in a year, I'm supposed to have something like $150,000. And then in 6 months after that, I'm supposed to have $1 million. Okay, I see it growing, and I got another opportunity where you have to put like 2,600 in, and then I put 5,000 in, and Dr. Hoppy told me, say, well, just when you get, when you can take your money out, pull that $5,000 out, and let it keep growing.
Let the rest ride.
Right, and that's what I'm doing. I just sorry I didn't learn about this until I got old.
I say share that process, because if you duplicate money like that, I need to understand what that looks like.
You got 75% return.
Right. I'll show you.
3 times
I'll show you, and I can show you the money.
Shoot, you went from 5,000.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
4,000. That's 4 times as much.
Yep, that's right.
Right. And so we just getting into this. The white people been in this all the time. you know. But I'm not scared of AI, you know. I try to use it.
Let me just say this. They use these terms, AI and all this other stuff. It's really been around, to
Yeah,
tell you the truth.
right.
It's been around. It's just becoming more robust. Um, I've seen things that, eliminated human contact, human thought, human, all of the above. And it was fully functional 10, 20, 30 years ago. But now that it's just at the fingertips of the lay people or the regular people, um, it's a phenomenon. But
Yeah,
they are looking to get rid of, so to say, to get rid of workers.
right. Hey, I was in the hospital, and when I got out, my daughter told me about Doc Ionic, something like that. And like this artificial intelligence told me, say, well, because I stopped taking medication. And the artificial intelligence told me, say, no, you can't just stop. You have to wean yourself from it. And like they're not gonna need doctors pretty soon. Cause
Shoot,
AI can tell you
I
whatever happened.
it is tiny. The ones
Uh-huh.
that's out there, these pandemic doctors, these new ones, they ain't doing much doctoring themselves. They don't know. They,
Right.
they don't even want to touch you, man. I don't know if you ever go to the clinics or the doctor. Doctors don't touch you and examine you anymore. It's like they just ask a bunch of questions and look at a bunch of things and go, oh yeah, blah, blah. They won't
Oh
touch
God, you ain't lying.
they don't want
I,
to touch no parts of you. It's like they just want to do it from home. You might as well just talk to me on the phone.
you're
Yeah.
not lying, because I sure when got a checkup, I'm like, man, this what it's supposed to be. Man, I could have just Googled this, man.
Right. Realistically, okay, they're gonna have you sit in front of a monitor, put something on your arm, put something in your mouth. They're gonna take your vitals from afar, check you out. Yeah, 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 you all good. You're gonna go, or you're not. Get over here, get over to this, or let me get an ambulance over there to pick you up. Or they probably won't even have an ambulance then. They probably have like a huge what do you call those things? Drones just come pick you up and drop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just saying, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm listening to something now. They talking about synthetic meat.
Yeah.
It's like you got to check your meat when you go to the store to make sure it came from a real living animal and not a cell grown animal, or
Yeah.
lab grown meat. They said.
Mm-hmm. And see, other countries, they won't buy our products.
Yeah, well, you can see why.
Right. You know?
But I'm telling you, y'all, we got a lot on the table. A lot coming down. I mean, we almost at a half year. Can you believe that? Time,
Yeah.
it just goes faster now. I don't know what it is. It seems like it just goes by so much faster. I remember when I was younger, I used to think the summers went by so fast. I'm like, oh man, the summer's over. And now it's like every day is a fast paced scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But what you got to say, Barry? Ain't heard from you. What you got? I was gonna tell you too. Your QR code, I couldn't get it to work. Also, Barry.
Hey, Steve.
Hey,
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Tiny, how you doing?
Great.
Man, this is a crazy time we're living in. Things that should make sense make no sense.
Yeah.
Eliminating people, eliminating animals.
Yeah.
But I think it's time to look at simpler ways things made up of good people helping each other.
That's
It's
right.
just simple, and it's so many things just are not sustainable. It just can't keep going like this. And these companies, I think it was Bryant who was talking before, they're making money, but they're monopolies and they're boosting the prices and people can't afford it. But I think what's happened is the markets keep going up because the rich, the super rich, are getting so much. They just can't buy any more houses and can't buy more yachts and cars. And, how much stuff can you buy? There's a limit. So they put it in the market and then they buy companies. And so the companies buy each other and boost the prices. It just doesn't make sense. And they're putting all this huge amount of money into AI in order to be able to have the robots powered by AIs that look like people, run faster, do everything. They're stronger, smarter, everything. But where's the sense of it? And they probably can't do it because what they're doing is, they're running out of data. The AI stuff is incredible. And I agree with Tiny. You can get so much help. I get so much help from AI. It's really, really helping on the one hand. But what they're trying to do is build bigger and bigger data centers so they can get more data in order to train these robots or this AI stuff to think about as much as Tiny or Steve or me or any of us. And and they probably can't do it because what's happened, I think, is they've already used all the data. And the new data is created by AI.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, when you move your bowels, say, here's more data, and you put that into the mix. So you're getting garbage in and garbage out. And that, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
That they're, like Elon Musk wants to get more money. Can you imagine that? It's like, is the guy stupid or what?
no, something's seriously wrong. You want every dollar in the world, But
Yeah, and when he has every dollar in the world, then he can only exchange with himself. Takes money out of one pocket, puts it in the other pocket. It just makes no sense.
I know. Quick question: did you hear anything about the FCC banning drones?
I think they limit drones in certain areas, around airports and around, I think there are all kinds of limits on them,
Oh,
especially big ones.
did you hear anything? Did anybody hear anything about when you buy new computers and software, well, especially computers, you got to register them with the government or something?
Oh, geez.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear that.
Something about registering, and you got to register age and
Yeah,
all.
I thought that the government's going to put tape recorders next to your pillow.
Our phones probably take recorders.
Yeah, because they need more data.
I heard that everybody went on the trip with Donald Trump and China, they had to get rid of everything they had on them before they got back on the plane. They had to dump their phones. They had to dump whatever they had, chargers, anything.
Yeah.
They had one big can waiting on them so that they wouldn't get anything bugged, I guess.
The whole thing is so crazy.
It's a lot, y'all. But
and let me ask you all something. Is Trump out of his mind, or in an ordinary sense of the word?
I think Trump is being used. He's being used by the people with money. It was a lady gave him $250 million to go into Iran. That's why he just ran into it and didn't ask nobody. So it's out. And Netanyahu, he got two sons in America, and they say, well, why don't they go to the war? Like, why don't Bear and Trump go to the war? Well, they don't do that. They get us to go to the war.
or is there really a war?
Right.
Well, if you're bombing people and killing them, I think that's war.
But I'm saying, when you say that, it's like saying, where did one end and one begin? That never stopped.
Right.
Just changed direction.
Yeah.
And I still didn't quite understand what was going on with Israel, because they just start firing rockets at Syria. They start firing rockets everywhere, but they didn't fire no rockets at Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
I'm like,
well, Iran has really destroyed Israel. Israel ain't what it used to be.
and yeah, you're right. We haven't seen any footage from what Israel looks like now.
Right. They've destroyed it. That Iron Dome or whatever they had protecting it, they've used all of those missiles up. And now Iran just bomb them when they get ready. And the United States too. They gonna bomb the United States soon. They got sleepers over here.
No
Well,
doubt.
it's either they're gonna who knows? It could be Trump bombing us.
Right. You're right. Right. You know, the tariffs are taxes on us.
Yeah,
You know.
realistically.
But
Mhm.
I got a real question. We keep talking about what this government is doing to us. Government is supposed to be written for the people and ran by the people. But now we're really seeing clearly that is not the case.
Yeah. It's ran for rich
So,
people, not poor people.
well, we supposed to be running it. Anybody that's a citizen supposed to have some stake in running this government.
Yeah.
So what's happening and why is there no outcry in big cities like Chicago, New York, San Diego, San Francisco? You don't see a big uproar. We just like in these big cities, like complacent. I'm not sure what's going on, you know. Like even with
Yeah.
they're trying to reset the boundaries for voting,
Right.
the voting districts. They removed some of our voting rights. I mean, there's no uproar, not even from our politicians. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what we doing. What are we living in? Because everything we've been taught and told is actually the opposite right now. And there's very little fight or uproar that we even hear about. Maybe it's propaganda, like you say, Tiny. Maybe somebody saying it's a war, or is that Barry? They say it's a war. We get the information that's approved for us. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of this is way out. And today I heard somebody saying that they're going to come after the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment is what made what ratified us as citizens.
Well, I think everything's on the table right now.
Well,
Yeah.
it used to be, I mean, what I understand is the purpose of politics is to solve the conflicts. And what I hear you saying, Dr. Orr, is the political system's not working. And so as the political system breaks down, what we're left with is like a tea kettle where the spout, that where the steam comes out, that's broken. And if it gets stuck, we can get an explosion.
I don't know.
Because people will be apathetic until there's no food.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of leeway. People have to eat. A very short fuse. So what they're doing, there's so many things that make no sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, we got to really stop focusing, man. I mean, you're right. How come? I said the same thing. Why aren't other political entities jumping in front of us? The only person I heard say something was Obama and Eric Holder. And they were starting some kind of fund that, they were saying contribute to something. And they were saying all the issues at hand, that the revoking of the Civil Rights Act, the redistricting, brought all that up. And then they said, donate to this fund or something. I was like, okay.
That's funny to me. Man, please, come on now.
Right.
Yeah,
knock it off.
Yeah, right. Because, it's just not okay the way things are. And the Democratic Party, it's unbelievable that the Democratic Party has almost as much negative support as the Republican Party, as horrible as the Republican Party is. And I think it's because the corporate Democrats are just not dealing with the issues. There's hardly any pushback. So Obama's raising funds. And for what? What's he going to do?
He ain't going to give it to us. Sorry.
That's for
Sorry.
sure.
I'm sorry.
Right, so what's it for? It's just more of the same old, same old.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to get rid of the Republicans and then deal with the Democrats. I don't think we've got a choice.
No. Well, I think we're going to be socialistic.
Yeah, but the Democrats that we vote for are going to be the same old stuff.
Yeah, they are.
But we've got to get rid of these Republicans because they're traitors.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and I think we should, all of the conservatives on the Supreme Court should be impeached. All of them.
Yeah. And term limits put on
them. Term limits, but first impeach them.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd be the first time, right?
Yeah.
And all this stupid stuff, the ballroom, this monuments to Trump, all that's got to be torn down.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take long.
Well, I believe, Trump ain't never had a fist fight. He never got hit in his mouth. That's why he'll say anything.
Yeah, well, I think he's gone. I think his mind is, he's just like insane.
Y'all can
Mhm.
say what y'all want to say about Trump. Trump
He's
and his
cunning.
billionaires are making money hand over fist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
we sitting here taking it.
Mm-hmm.
So what we gonna say? What we got to say? Cause I mean, for real, everybody gonna run. They campaign. First thing they gonna say is how they stood up to Trump and this, that, and the other. But look at us as a people.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
only people that I hear, Dr. Orr,
our communities are looking better, but we're not in them anymore. Let me shut up. Something.
No, that's a
Mm.
thing.
what do you mean our communities are looking better?
They're looking better. There's a lot of development going on, but we're not in them anymore.
Yeah, she's right.
You mean the new stuff that's going on?
It's great. It's wonderful, isn't it? Right? But who's benefiting? That's always been the question. But you know, the
Who's going to
uproar
pay
and
for it?
the outrage, taxpayers paying for it.
Yeah.
We're paying part of the bill.
No, baby.
But who's
Why
going to
you think our
occupy these
taxes are so
things
high?
and pay what it costs when prices are going up and people's income isn't going up?
Our taxes are paying for it.
Just part of the infrastructure, maybe, but it's not a
Taxes.
public.
I don't care if it's infrastructure. I don't care if it's a light pole. We pay for it.
Well,
Our taxes pay for everything.
we're getting screwed. That's true.
Somebody said to me that we're a socialist country. I said, how you figure it? It's like, well, Social Security, for example. I said, Social Security? We pay into that. Nobody's giving that to us.
Right.
I'm like, how you figure?
Well, I want all my Social Security back. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even want to pay in no doggone Social Security no more. Cause I mean, who's it for?
Well, we're gonna figure that out soon.
I don't know.
Like I said,
I don't know how I feel about this country. I love this country. I love this country, but the country don't love us as a people. You know?
I mean, they do. They love what we contribute.
They love us as a commodity.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And then, I don't even know what else to say anymore, really.
Well, I think we've got to
honest.
work on what we can do about it, because there's no point in talking about how horrible it is, because that's an endless conversation. But
True.
what are we going to do about it?
What do you want to do? That's the key. That's the key. Because everybody says,
Well, they may not want it now, but when there's no food. But we shouldn't wait till that time. We should be organizing all the time.
True.
In everything we
That's
do.
true right there.
In everything we do, and it should all be tied together.
True.
I saw somebody grow a whole bag of sweet potatoes in a bag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you can. You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, look,
you can do that.
They took one that they were growing in a glass, and then they put the plant into the bag of soil, and they just kept watering the soil, and then they emptied the soil out, and there was a whole bunch of them, a bushel.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to show you something we just started.
Yeah, there's food opportunities.
Can you see this?
Right.
Okay.
This is a water bottle. You see this that's the top of the water bottle.
Right.
This is the bottom of the water bottle, and this is the lettuce that we cut the lettuce,
Mhm.
you know, like 1.5 inches, 2 inches from the what do you call it? You know,
Not the
yeah, from the beginning of
the core.
yeah. So we left this part, and we stuck it in the water,
Right.
and you see the new lettuce that's growing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but Barry, what about that plastic?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Plastic is horrible. You mean as far as
No, yeah, but
the environment or you know, consuming it?
I mean, just the plastic bottle that it's in, you
Yep.
know, is affecting it. But that's a
Yep.
good start. That's a good start.
It's just, I think that's the kind of common stuff we're going to have to find out more about.
Mm-hmm.
And AI can help us find that out.
Right. Right.
So y'all
And
got
it
to
can
remember
show us,
too that y'all got to remember AI is made by a certain population.
that's
So I
right.
use AI. I love AI. That's great. It's great to expedite time. But again, it is the storytelling from one perspective. It's the facts given from one perspective. So I asked AI to generate some pictures of African Americans working in a workspace. Do you know they gave me pictures from 1965?
She gave you some slave
But
pictures.
you know, if
I
it's
want you to
not
listen.
useful,
Just
yeah,
listen. So
but
I
if it's
also
not
asked,
useful, if there are a million things you can do with it.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I agree.
So,
I
so,
agree, but
so
also
anything that's not useful, forget about it, and just use it for
you're
what
not
it can help
understanding
you
what I'm
with.
saying. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I get what you're
Who's
saying. You're saying,
who's creating AI? It's
yeah,
not
you're
me.
right. Absolutely.
That's all
Horrible
I'm saying.
people. I
So that's
agree.
not so it's a different way to feed you information. So you still gotta do your due diligence even using AI. I did AI for the last political election. And some of the information that pulled up was so inaccurate. I was astonished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
I was astonished. I had to go back and redo it. And then I had to even tell AI, this is incorrect. And when I told AI it was incorrect, I just did that to see what would happen. It went back and tried to correct it. It did try to correct it, and it came up with something that was halfway correct. And I was like, wow. But a lot of confidence is being put in it. I love AI. I think it's awesome. I use it, but I'm also when I use it, I also take a good look at it and make sure that it's as accurate as I know. You know, you still have to do your due diligence. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Now they've got a AI out called Creed, CREED, that deals with religion, and you can
Mm,
ask it anything,
mm,
and it answers you. You
it's
know?
mm,
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Right.
mm, mm. Wow. Well, I'm sure they gonna
Why,
put it all on there.
why would a person go to church?
Right. Right. There's no
Well,
need.
that's
Right.
And now a lot of people don't go to church. Uh, I mean, they have church service, but people are on Zoom.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Felice and I do that, and it works out great. I
right.
like it.
It works.
Yeah, right.
Right, but it's isolating us more too. And then the
Yeah,
socialization skills is like in the trash right now.
yeah,
Here's
Right.
the
but it gives
worst
me
thing.
time to be on this call with you guys.
I know, right? You saying
No,
something too,
really.
Barry. Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
Yeah, the work schedule. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they say you will either be replaced by AI or somebody who knows AI.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
And
Well, I
now
think
I
it's
think
going
they
to
are
crash.
realizing too the need for experience because you're seeing a lot of people saying, "Oh, you got the experience, now you got to learn the AI."
Mhm. And they say our kids are dumber now
Yep. Yes,
because
they
of
are.
that. Right.
Yep. Mm, yep.
You know?
They say it's bad too.
Yeah. So now, but they have robots now. They have sex robots. You get a person, it look like a person to have sex with it. They
That's
got
crazy.
they got them who can defend you. They know all kind of karate moves and stuff. You
Hmm.
know?
Oh my God.
Right. This is happening today.
Mm-hmm.
With all that said, we still need to come together, good people helping good people in old ways, just simple ways of
Yeah.
connecting. You know, it's kind of like on
That's
this
true.
call.
That's true.
You could get an AI summary of this call,
Yeah,
but it's not
that's
the
true.
same as being with each other. And it feels to me like I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a difference, no doubt.
There is a difference, but
But
it's
there will
pretty.
come a time where we have to question: Are you AI or are you?
Yep, that's true. That is so true. Man,
So,
I saw
Steve,
this thing where a lady had been sitting on meeting. She had worked for the company for like 8 months or something. And they thought she was sitting in the meetings and it was an AI avatar.
Okay.
She got
Yeah.
fired though.
Okay.
Or did the AI get fired? The avatar,
Right, somebody, but they let her go. I mean, woo.
avatar, go on.
Man,
Hey,
ain't that something?
They probably had an AI system call it up and let it go.
Yeah.
Right.
hey, good evening, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
hey, Camilla.
Hey,
Hey.
I've been listening in. I wanted to say about the kids. Um, I don't think kids are getting dumber because these kids know how to work these computer systems. They know all
Mm-hmm.
about this technology, but they don't have the soft skills. They don't have people skills, like we do. But as far as this technology, there's little kids that can come in and work a computer where we wouldn't even know some of the things that's going on. They're very
Mm-hmm.
tech savvy,
Yeah.
but they don't even know how to come in the room and say good morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they know how to
Three,
work with the computers.
3 and 4 year olds understand it.
Yes, sir, they do.
Right.
Yep. You know, another thing that's going on, I don't like the computers are taking over everything. I don't know if you all have noticed how all these planes have been crashing, um,
Mm,
and how there have been so many accidents in these planes. And
mm,
yesterday, my grandson was supposed to come home from school. He's down there in New Mexico, and then he called. He was like, "They just landed us in Texas because they said it was some technical difficulties with the plane. We had to do an emergency landing." And all the people that were on the plane, they had to stay there in Texas overnight, and then they got them rebooked on planes today. So he's just getting home, and he was supposed to be here yesterday. It's like a lot going on, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff that
Right.
we as citizens don't even know what's going on. We just see things happening, but it's always a hidden agenda.
The media is different now.
Yes, yes.
It's not for us. It's not for us. It's just another television show that gives you a narrative and hope you'll laugh at it or feel sad about it or whatever. It's a different scenario now. And we got to start really, like Beard said, coming together.
Mm-hmm.
So
And focus our
true.
time on that and how we come together rather than this is wrong and that's wrong. And, it's what are we going to do?
Yeah. You get what you prepare for.
Mhm.
Oh, that's deep, Tiny.
Okay. Mm.
Yes, indeed. Um, let's you know what? Let's go around. Let's ask us. Like I said, there's a slew of questions and topics, but man, I don't know. Lately, I'm starting to feel like, how did we accomplish it? There used to be a time I would be like, man, this is the deal. This is what we doing. This is where we at. This is what we got done. But now, like, what the heck is going on? And where do you start?
Yeah.
I think it's relatively easy. We support everybody who's going to build a better tomorrow.
Okay.
They need our permission. If they're doing something they think is going to be better, we support them. And therefore, we'll do a million different things. Million people doing a million different things, or 10 million different things.
I think you're right, Beard. But I'm gonna have to go back to what I've always been kind of what do I want to say? A thinker of, a promoter of, and that's relationship building. Somebody called me the other day and they asked me about, Steve, do you know, I forgot who it was or what it was. And I'm like, yeah, let me tie you in with them. And I think I got them all on the phone. And then, oh, I know. I was talking to somebody about, what was it? Wait, I can't remember what it was, but but it ended up building a relationship. Oh, I know who it was. It was Cy Berry and Tucson that helped us on this campaign with Chantel, and I got him tied in with her out there in South Shore, and they, I had them on the three-way, and they've been meeting and trying to do some things out there. Because they're about to build this big data center out there, and the community is trying to figure out, how do they fit in and will they be phased out and what have you, and all these things. So they're trying to organize, to get their word, their views and viewpoints in. I think it was a good opportunity for both of them to meet.
You're talking about Kai?
No, Cy Lewis outside.
Oh, Cy Lewis. Okay.
In Tucson, that was working with us on the campaign with Chantel. He was.
Tucson is really good. He does really good social media stuff, man.
Yeah. He's a good media guy. He worked with Nancy.
Simply press the guide button. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm losing y'all.
Oh, he's still here. I'm getting down to the nitty gritty almost. So. But yeah, he actually did help with the campaign tremendously. He was working as an aide for Nancy Pelosi before he came over with us. And
oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm trying to keep him in the loop with some things, keep everybody.
And I'm gonna try and get my hands on him to try and get to partner with him to do some social media for us or something.
Yeah, hit him up.
Because he did a wonderful job. I will say that. I like when people do good work, man.
Yeah,
that's what's worth paying for now.
Good guy, good young person.
Yeah, and he had a good spirit too.
Yeah, most definitely. Anybody else? Anything? In conclusion, we about to roll up, round out.
Well, I know one thing. We don't have too much space to just sit back and watch no more. We got to get up and do something.
Something.
Oh,
we got to do something.
I brought that up because the hot and heavy topic for me and for all of us, I guess, would be the issue of the Mars Candy Company and the issue of them building this this big, huge apartment complex or what have you, without the input of the community. That's about to get real grimy and hot and heavy. So
somebody gave them the permission.
Pardon?
Huh?
What was that?
Somebody gave them permission. They didn't just get over there. I can't just go over there and do that.
Well, believe me, the alderman got a lot to do with,
Yeah.
we're trying to
Yeah.
figure out
Shame.
where he's standing at the end of this,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about to get people in Austin about to get into it. They actually asked me and powers that be at Northwest Austin, will we support and people from Austin area, because they're closest to it than some of these other organizations. But yeah, it's about to get hot and heavy.
So who fighting it? Steve, I'm sorry to disrupt you.
The GMCO, Gilwood Montclair Community Organization, they're pushing on this. We're pushing on it. We're actually trying to, we're drawing a line in the sand right now to say, hey, where you at? Which side you on? Because the community, organization is one thing, but it's a community-based organization. It's all about community. If you took the name of GMCO away, you're still gonna have the Gilwood residents that have the same views and want things to benefit them. So we're not just talking just the organization. We're talking. That's an important factor here because people in community are not willing to let go of a lot of things. They will work with people. They will work in different issues, but they're not going to just let you come in and bulldoze them over. And now, we're trying to get those allies that are adjacent to Gilwood to be a part of that. It will affect us all. So
yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay. Keep me posted.
For sure. All right, then Arnold, as Arnold got said, 24th we start back with Arnold. You still
Say what, Steve?
You want to announce the meeting?
Oh, for next Sunday, Coalition, we are a state authorized political PAC, so everything is above board and transparent and accountable. On time, quarterly reports filed, so we are taking care of business in a legitimate manner.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll see you next week, Arnold. I'll be there.
Be there.
4 o'clock.
Anything
I
else?
need to know. Give me dates and times. I want to support.
I'm sorry, what you say?
Location, dates, time.
Say that again. There was a couple people talking.
Locations, dates, and times.
The 24th of May, time 4 o'clock p.m. Location 5730 West Division Street at Steve's place.
Oh, at Steve's place. Okay.
Yeah, and everyone's invited to come. Bring your A game as far as conversation and information. Nothing personal now. We ain't getting no personal attacks or hating on anyone.
I know that's right.
Organization and communication and information.
And what is this about?
Any topic, anything come out, but hopefully it'll be a thought out conversation that one will want to engage the body in discussing.
And the body is what?
It's a political PAC organization that has numerous philosophical views about their politics. So whatever comes up, come out, it can be discussed. And if it get to a vote, then so be it.
Who's gonna be there, Arnold?
Well, be a number of elected officials. I'll be reaching out to let them know we're starting back up. But obviously, everybody knows our congressman will be there and involved. Even though he's announced his retirement and not running for re-election, but he's going to stay engaged in the political process. And some are just elected officials. We hope to invite them and have them participate. And ones who previously may have been on the sideline for whatever reason, they can maybe get some gumption to want to join now. So I'm just optimistic that, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the format? Are the politicians talking, or
So what?
what is the format? Are you calling for people in the community to state their views, or is it the politicians who are going to make statements? Or what?
No, again, I would welcome individuals to come, and I'll answer your question in that way, Barry. So if you attend, being the intelligent person you are, and listening to the conversation, and you may have asked a question, and then hopefully someone in the body will be able to answer.
Oh, so you're not looking for what I think needs to be done. You're looking for questions about what the politicians are saying.
Again, I'm just asking individuals for whatever their mind or their philosophy on politics lead them to, if this would interest them to come and attend this kind of meeting. And again, as elected officials who have gone before the voters, advocating whatever their policy would be if they elected, and you happen to know one of them or one way or the other, and you in that body, you may ask a question. Whatever your question may be, it may be. I'm not going to be presumptuous. I'm not going to judge anyone, and I'm not saying you are or I am. I'm just opening it up to individuals. The public is invited to join in the conversation. As we all are intelligent, then hopefully in our disciplines, we know how to conduct ourselves. So with that, that's pretty much the information I'm gonna give out at this time.
Okay.
And hopefully individuals will come and attend 4 o'clock next Sunday at Steve's place and Angela's house they built. Sunday, May the 24th, 4 to 6. Don't have to be elected to come though.
Okay, y'all. Anybody else? Nobody else who iPhone? I guess not iPhone.
And tell your friends and family and others.
Who's on iPhone?
Oh, that's
I got
Tiny.
an iPhone, Steve.
Huh?
Steve, I got an iPhone.
Oh no, somebody, they don't have their name. They're just saying as iPhone.
Yeah, that's Tiny.
Oh,
No, yeah, I got an iPhone.
yeah, that's you. Tiny. Said something again, Tiny.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got an iPhone.
Tiny, it's getting too dark over there where you at, man. I can't see you.
right, hey, right. Okay, it is dark, right?
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get on.
Yeah, I'd like to say something to Dr. Orr. Are you still on, Dr. Orr?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, Dr. Orr.
Hey guys, how are y'all? I've been chiming in. I just ain't say I didn't introduce myself. I'm so sorry, guys. Dr. Orr, Westside Rising, guys.
Yes, indeed. There you go, right there.
Represent.
Boom. Rising to the top. Hey.
Yeah, so what I wanted to say is we're having community meals at looks like 4 different churches. We've had our first one, and we'll be having our next one in the next month or 2. So you might want to consider getting involved. And for the first one, we asked people to donate $5 and 5 minutes of time. And what that $5 did is cover the cost of the food. And the 5 minutes means that in the next month, you're asked to help someone and make their tomorrow better.
Yep. So what you got to do is make sure you send me a flyer and put it on my calendar. If it's not on my calendar, it does not exist to me. Because the
Yeah.
thing is everything is busy, is getting busy, and this is the
Okay.
summer season. So make sure it's on my calendar, and I can even try and get the young people to come out. I think it's a good thing for people to see us supporting and feeding one another. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
All right, then.
Hey, Steve.
Yo.
Steve.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna open up a food pantry at that Greater St. John Church, beginning this coming Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get the times. Unfortunately, I wish I'd have got them sooner before I got on the air.
I'll find out.
Yeah, Greater St. John Church. They got to serve food from the Notre Dame Church that used to be on Central and Rachel.
Yeah, what happened? They shut that down, huh?
Yeah, it was in a community paper for a lot of allegations that was confirmed or substantiated for whatever reason. Not that I want to get into it, but anyway, I just want to let the public know they will be providing food service starting this Wednesday at Greater St. John Church
Right.
from 2 to 4 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. That's on this
Okay.
Wednesday.
Sounds like a plan.
And I would like to say it's always great to be around like-minded people.
yes, it is.
Right.
All right.
And Dr. Orr, if you're
Yes, sir.
interested in AI, get my number from Steve.
Okay, I got you. I got you, Connie.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Good night.
God bless everybody.
All
That's
right.
y'all.
Easy. I
Good
got
night.
to
All right.
call you, Camilla.
Good night, everyone.